This morning at the Commission, several key themes emerged from Mr. Mkhwanazi's testimony. One of the major points of discussion was the handling of crucial case dockets, specifically how they were moved from KwaZulu-Natal to Pretoria and then later returned. Commissioners pressed him on what exactly that process entailed. Mkhwanazi explained that he was not directly involved in the transfer, but he outlined his understanding of what happened once those dockets were sent back to the province. He also raised concerns about two political figures, the National Coloured Congress's Fidel Adams and the DA's Dean de Klerk Bonnard. For now, much of the focus has been on Adams' role, with more expected to come on Bonnard. But perhaps most troubling was Mkhwanazi's account of systemic failures within the criminal justice system. He highlighted a case where a suspect, arrested and sentenced, successfully appealed, was released, and then went on to commit 4 more murders. It was a sobering start to the day's proceedings, with sharp questions from commissioners and candid admissions from Mkhwanazi about how these critical processes were managed. Watch this video.
What is more troubling about this is that the head office, detective services, had conducted some inspection on these dockets, as I indicated yesterday. In their inspection, they will have seen, and they even confirmed some of them through the entries that they make, that the investigation is complete on the docket and suspects should be arrested. The least that they could have done is to take the dockets and go and look for that suspect and arrest the suspect. The reason why it was not done, I would not know. They're in a better position to explain. But I believe perhaps it could be that they were not familiar with the case, that the content of the docket itself. So it was going to be difficult for them to execute an arrest on something that they don't necessarily know, based on instruction of the prosecutor, because the docket, some of them are in volumes, and there's quite a lot of information inside those dockets. So the 5 that had instruction, those instructions were not carried out. That was an easy thing to prove that there was work done on those dockets.
Mkhwanazi told the Commission it wasn't difficult to show that real work had been done on those case dockets. He explained that at least 5 of them were ready for arrests to be made. But he went further, linking the delays and setbacks to what he believes is political interference in the work of the task team investigating political killings in KwaZulu-Natal. From there, the focus shifted to the question of exactly who might be meddling in these sensitive cases. And Mkhwanazi didn't hold back in naming those he suspects are standing in the way of justice.
There's a lot of interference with these investigations in different forms, as is listed there, in order to try and close these cases by business people and politicians. And by and large, because they are political cases, the people on the higher level of the syndicates that are involved are the ones that are behind the closures of dockets. So they influence the docket. It still remains the case today.
In laying out his concerns, Mkhwanazi pointed to cases where dockets were ready for arrests, yet no action was taken. He highlighted the example of a taxi violence unit in Pietermaritzburg that was suddenly disbanded, with no clear explanation. That, he suggested, mirrors what happened when former Police Commissioner Senzo Machunu unilaterally shut down the political killings task team, despite its strong track record. The most revealing part of the morning came when Mkhwanazi unveiled letters exchanged with KwaZulu-Natal's Director of Public Prosecutions, Elaine Zungu Harrison. Both expressed fears that dismantling the unit would jeopardize sensitive cases already underway. One case in particular stood out, that of Fisokule Ntuli, accused number 5 in the Senzo Meyiwa trial. He had been arrested by the disbanded unit and initially sentenced, but later appealed and was granted bail. While out on bail, Ntuli went on to commit 4 more murders in 2016. These, Mkhwanazi warned, are the devastating consequences of political interference in the justice system. Just watch the following clip.
Fisokule Ntuli was arrested, charged, and sentenced on Patfontein Case 50 of June 2016 for 4 times attempted murder charges. He appealed and was granted bail. Whilst on bail, he was arrested and charged on 4 murder cases, as per Nongoma Case 30 of April 2016, 391 2016, also Nongoma, 88 Nongoma, as well as 127 Nongoma, all of them in 2018.
Yes.
And possession of unlicensed firearm as per Nongoma Case 285 of 2017 and Nongoma Case 147 of 2018 June that he is alleged to have committed while on appeal.
So this accused is actually charged, convicted, and sentenced, then he appeals. He's granted bail while he's awaiting his appeal. And in that period, manages to commit 4 more murders.
That is correct.
Okay.
As Mkhwanazi connected the dots, the focus shifted to the role of politicians and who he believes is interfering. He drew a clear line between those in the executive and those in parliament. On the parliamentary side, 2 names came up: the National Coloured Congress's Fidel Adams and the DA's Diane de Klerk Bernard. Much of today's detail centered on Adams. Mkhwanazi raised concerns that Adams somehow gained access to classified intelligence documents, information that, by law, should have been handed over to Parliament's Joint Standing Committee on Intelligence. Instead, Adams went on to open 2 cases in the Western Cape and 3 more in Orlando. Just a day later, he wrote directly to the police minister, asking for intervention. Mkhwanazi said that when police later sought clarity from Adams, he failed to cooperate. What followed was a chain of referrals, with Adams's complaint landing on the desk of the National Police Commissioner. For Mkhwanazi, this was yet another example of political interference muddying the work of law enforcement.
So Mr. Adams appeared to have came into the position of an intelligence information. And this information is classified on its nature that Mr. Adams should not be in possession of. So it is an information that is intended for another structure of parliament. If it comes to his position and as a lawmaker, as a person who is serving in parliament, he ought to know that when I'm in possession of information from crime intelligence that is classified, it must be handed over to the Joint Standing Committee of Intelligence so that it can be interrogated, regardless of the status of that information. So that is expectation that one has towards a lawmaker, such as Mr. Fazal Adams.
Please let us know what do you think of this story in the comment section. If you made it this far, I assume you enjoyed the video. Please like the video and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Thank you for watching.